Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It is Monday, October 17th, and we have all you need to know about a new farmers market coming to State College, as well as details on the arrest of a disgruntled employee in the county.
We also have more on efforts to provide free school lunches in Pennsylvania, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Paloma Freundt.
And I'm Knowlton.
A partnership is beginning with State Representative Scott Conklin and the State College Area School District. The two groups call for a permanent statewide program that would provide no-cost breakfast and lunch to all Pennsylvania students. The House bill would benefit all K-12 students regardless of their family's income by amending the school code to guarantee the free meals. The bill also would allocate $275 million in the state budget for a universal school meal fund.
A new student-led initiative is bringing fresh produce to campus for the Penn State community to enjoy for the month. The Dr. Kiko Miwa Ross Student Farm and the Lions Pantry are partnering to offer a pay-what-you-can farmers market. It's hosted every Monday through October at the Hub Steps from 3 to 6 p.m. in order to make eating affordable and easy. No payment is required for the produce, but donations are accepted. This new program, Pay What You Can, is made possible by donors Robert and Cynthia Vandruff. The farm stand is said to be part of Penn State's greater mission of eliminating nutrition concerns around campus and serves as a symbol to the work that needs to be done to ensure access to basic needs.
A former Center County Auto Sports employee is now behind bars for allegedly stealing from the store. However, it wasn't his sticky fingers that got him into trouble. Police arrested Leslie Scott of Bellefonte after he made more than 20 threatening phone calls with a fake number to 911 and Advanced Auto Parts along Banner Pike. Scott, who returned to the auto store several times to buy parts after getting fired, said in his threats that he was going to kill everybody and even threatened to set off a bomb. Employees from the store said that Scott's threats began way prior to his termination, when he would tell various employees that he was going to kill them if they ever got him into trouble. Scott currently faces 15 felony charges and 17 charges of terrorist threats.
A trio of bipartisan Center County elected officials recently voiced their opposition to a bill in the Pennsylvania General Assembly. The bill in question could potentially put a series of divisive state constitutional amendments on the ballot for next spring. Senate Bill 106 contains 5 amendments that would require a government-issued ID to vote, expand the General Assembly's power to reject regulations, require the Auditor General to audit elections, and more. Proposed amendments to the PA Constitution must pass by a majority in the House and Senate before they can be placed on the ballot. Penn State's homecoming begins this week with plenty of outdoor activities. How will the weather fare at these events? David Guerrero with Campus Weather Service has more details in this week's weather report. Take a look.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Well, good evening, Penn State. I'm student meteorologist David Guerrero here with your Monday evening forecast. Now, take a look at the live count coming straight from Beaver Stadium. We're starting to see cloud cover decrease, that sunshine return. Current temperature is 52 degrees. Feels like 52 with a low dew point at 32 degrees, indicating dry weather. And it's also pretty breezy out there with winds coming from the west at 16 miles per hour. Now, the main headlines for this week is the cold temperatures that will arrive for the next few days. And that is due to a low pressure system that is currently spinning around the Great Lakes area, bringing that cold polar air into our area, and that will linger on for the next 2 days as this low pressure system, it will not go anywhere, which will be super unfortunate. As we can see the current conditions right now, we're currently at 52 degrees, right around average. And then New York having temperatures at 65 degrees, same with Boston. But I like this graphic because it starts to show the border with the cold air coming in, as we can see Columbus and Erie already affected by this low pressure system. Now, I like this graphic because we can see the polar air mass lingering on for Wednesday and then Thursday, and then we can see the high pressure bringing in warm air into our area back again for Saturday and into the weekend. Now, in regards to weather, this cold air plus winds will bring the possibility for snow in Erie and Franklin. This will be the case for the western portion of the state, as Pittsburgh will start to see the possibility of snow showers, and cloud cover will increase for Wednesday morning. Like I said, the snow showers will be very real. It's a very real possibilities. Snow showers will be mixed in for rain, though, in that area. Cloud cover will increase for Wednesday afternoon. Then, right after that, we'll see the warm air return. And I'll take a look at that in the next graphic. But for this, I want to show you the temperatures, how the low pressure system will affect us in regards to temperatures. Now, for tomorrow morning, we're going to see very low temperatures, with it being at 40 degrees in the morning. Temperatures will be at 39 in Pittsburgh. This will continue on to Wednesday, Thursday. The low will be at 26 degrees, which will be very cold. Then for Friday, we'll start to see temperatures return back into the 50s with this new graphic. However, in the next graphic, I'll take a look at that. However, a freeze warning will be in effect till tomorrow morning, affecting areas such as State College, Johnstown, and Pittsburgh. Now, back to the temperatures. For Friday, we'll see temperatures return back to 57 degrees. This will carry on for Saturday and Sunday, as we see the high at 64 degrees Saturday afternoon, leading us up to a great whiteout. Now, for tonight, we'll see temperatures at 32 degrees. A freeze warning will be in effect. Gusty winds with winds up to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, same story. The high will be at 47 degrees, partly sunny. Snow showers are possible, but the chances for snow showers are larger in the western portions of the state, such as Erie and Pittsburgh. Then for Friday, we'll finally see the warm air, relatively average temperatures at 51 degrees, mostly cloudy. Then for Saturday, we'll see that high pressure bring out all the cloud cover, the precipitation, giving us mostly sunny conditions for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, which is really exciting. Like I said, whiteout is this Saturday. Will be very beautiful. Will be great conditions for the game. Temperatures will be at 65 degrees. Sunday back above average at 67, maybe 70 degrees. Then Monday, warmth continues at 65 degrees. Now, the summary for these temperatures is that we'll have to suffer for the next few days in order for this weekend to be absolutely beautiful. And I think that's worth it for the whiteout. I think it will be an electric atmosphere, especially since we're playing Minnesota, and especially since we need that energy back up after last weekend's loss against Michigan. That is all I have for you today. My name is David Guerrero, and have a great week.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Carlos Garcia with your sports update. After surviving a blackout and an orange out this season, it was the maize out that got the better of Penn State football. The Nittany Lions fell to the Michigan Wolverines in Ann Arbor on Saturday, 41-17. Michigan's offensive line had their way in the trenches en route to a 418-yard team rushing performance. For Penn State, the defense set the tone in the first half with a 47-yard pick six from Curtis Jacobs, but offensive struggles ultimately plagued the team. The Nittany Lions will return back to Beaver Stadium this weekend for their whiteout game against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. That game kicks off at 7:30 on ABC. Number 20 ranked Penn State men's hockey picked up a series sweep over Mercyhurst this weekend to improve to 4-0 on the season. On Thursday at the Pagula Ice Arena, a dominant offensive showing resulted in a 6-3 victory. Friday night at the Mercyhurst Ice Center, the Nittany Lions got it done with 4 goal scorers en route to a 4-1 victory. Penn State will travel back home to University Park for another Thursday-Friday series this week against the University of St. Thomas Tommies. After the wild card round solidified the final few spots in the bracket, the MLB postseason is in full swing after the divisional round started last week. 3 out of the 4 spots in the championship series have already punched their tickets. In the American League, the 1-seeded Houston Astros easily handled the Seattle Mariners in a 3-game sweep. The Bronx Bombers, The New York Yankees are tied with the Cleveland Guardians with 2 games apiece in a win-or-go-home Game 5. For the Yankees, MVP frontrunner Aaron Judge's historic regular season has been overshadowed by his lackluster postseason play. Heading over to the National League, the San Diego Padres have caught fire at the right time and pulled off an improbable upset against the 111-win Los Angeles Dodgers. Defending World Series champion Atlanta Braves were feeling the championship hangover as the Philadelphia Phillies advanced in 4 games. Although the Pirates will never see the postseason anytime soon, Pennsylvanians can rejoice at the success of the Fight-Ins. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Mariana Daniel has the latest updates from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Mariana Danelli with your entertainment update. The annual Thon 5K powered by PNC was held this past Sunday, October 16th. The race took place in State College and started at the Bryce Jordan Center. It also had a virtual option for those who could not attend in person. The purpose of this event is to support Thon's year-long fundraising efforts and to spread awareness for childhood cancer. The $10 registration fee benefited the 4 Diamond families at the Penn State Health Children's Hospital, which will be used to help cover the costs of patient care and fund life-saving research. For those who missed it, check out the live stream of the race at thon.org/thon5k. Emmy and Grammy-nominated comedian and actor Kevin Hart is coming to Penn State on Thursday, October 27th as part of his national reality check tour. Hart will be performing at the Bryce Jordan Center at 8 p.m. and doors will open to the public at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and are priced anywhere from $50 to $200, with discounted student tickets starting at $35. Make sure to check out more information about the event on the Bryce Jordan website, including VIP packages available for purchase. In other campus news, the Hub Robinson Gallery recently held the Black Knight White Light exhibit by Sean Capone. Field reporter Matthew Zorkan has all the details. Take a look.
The most recent exhibition at the Hub Robinson Gallery from digital artist Sean Capone is a video experience that's truly one of a kind. Black Knight White Light features multiple video artworks from Capone's ongoing series, Avatar Poetics and Global Illuminations. With scrolling media feeds and animated figures who attempt to communicate with each other, Black Knight White Light creates a condition that Capone calls the body horror of the uncanny valley. According to gallery assistant Julie Amon, Black Knight White Light is, quote, satirical, creative, and ambitious.
This one's definitely challenges people more. I think it confronts what people expect to see when they go in a gallery. It's not all pretty and nice, it's more gritty, and it confronts people about what they want to see and gives them something that they don't expect.
Capone is a New York-based artist with over 20 years of experience in the digital entertainment world. Amon also states the importance of creating and experiencing art for college students.
It's really important to see and create art. Seeing art gives you kind of a window into a new perspective. We definitely see that with Sean's work. And creating art is really good for expressing yourself. So that balance of seeing what other people are up to and finding yourself through art is something that's really good.
Sean Capone's Black Knight White Light is showing at the Hub Gallery from now to November 6th. For more information on the gallery, call 814-865-2563. Reporting from the Hub Robinson Center, I'm Matthew Zwerkin.
It looks like the gallery pieces surely lit up the Hub for all to enjoy. Taylor Swift is back as she is set to release her 10th studio album, Midnights, this upcoming Friday, October 21st. Her new album has 13 total songs, including a track titled Snow on the Beach, featuring the popular indie rock artist Lana Del Rey. Her album release has caused speculation that Swift is also getting ready to return to the stage. Rumors started to circulate that she is planning a massive stadium tour for the upcoming summer, according to Page Six. One insider backed up these rumors, stating, Taylor has some really ambitious plans in place. She's excited to get back on the road after such a long but fruitful break. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor Danielle Dempsey will be speaking to Lily Pavoto, the executive director of Thon. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome back to PSN News. I'm Danielle Dempsey. Here with me tonight is the Executive Director for Penn State's Thon, Lily Pivito. Thank you so much for coming in tonight, Lily.
Thank you.
So for those who aren't really familiar with Thon, can you explain what it is and what your mission is?
Absolutely. Thon is the largest student-run philanthropy in the world. Our mission is to provide emotional and financial support for children and families impacted by childhood cancer. We do this through a year-long effort, various events both at the Penn State University Park campus and across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to spread awareness and ultimately find a cure for childhood cancer.
That's incredible. So what do you do as the Executive Director of Thon?
Yeah. This year, first and foremost, my role is to be a resource to the entire Thon community, and that comes in a bunch of different ways. So one of my primary roles is supporting the Thon Executive Committee throughout the year and all of the different events, resources, and initiatives that they provide to students, alumni, and stakeholders all around the world. Beyond that, I manage stakeholder relationships with important groups such as university administration, our partners, Four Diamonds, and Penn State Health Children's Hospital. And then I also just work throughout the year to make sure that we're putting Thon in a better place than we found it. So making sure that in 5, 10, 15 years, one day we'll find a cure for childhood cancer.
That's awesome. You wear a lot of hats as far as Thon goes. You mentioned the executive committee, so that makes me wonder, what other roles did you hold during your past years in Thon to work up to this leadership position?
Yeah. Last year, I was lucky to be the communications director for Thon 2022, where I managed our relationships with all of our students. So I was the primary liaison to any student interested in volunteering for Thon throughout the year. Prior to that, I held roles on the communications committee as a captain, on the supply logistics committee as someone who manages our relationships with donors, and then I served as a committee member on the Rules and Regulations Committee, where I ensured the safety and security of all people who come to our events throughout the year.
Wow, that's really cool. You mentioned a whole lot of different executive committees and these different positions, and so it definitely takes a village to put Thon together, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And it's not even just all of the people, there's a lot of time, and as you mentioned, events leading up to Thon. So what events can students anticipate coming up before Thon weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. So next Monday, October 24th, starts the Dream Forward campaign, which is a 17-day campaign where we challenge the Thon community to raise $700,000. So that'll all culminate on November 9th, which actually is 100 days till Thon, where we'll have a bunch of festivities going on in the hub. It's a really fun day. We'll have silent disco and a whole bunch of different fun things. So I would definitely encourage students to come to the hub on November 9th. That's also where we'll reveal the total for the Dream Forward campaign this year. Other than that, we have the Family Carnival, where we gather all of our Four Diamonds families, and we just have a day full of fun with them. It's one of my favorite days ever. And then in the spring, we'll have Thon Weekend 2023.
Awesome. I know I'm really looking forward to the 100 Days to Thon event and being at the hub on November 9th. This past weekend, you had another annual event, which was the Thon 5K. How did that go?
Oh, it was an awesome day. We had a record number of in-person attendees, breaking over 3,000 runners, which was awesome to see the Thon community finally come together for an in-person big public event, our first of the year this year. It was a really awesome day. We got lucky with beautiful weather, and we were lucky to join the Thon community in an awesome day running around campus.
Yeah, over 3,000 runners. That's insane. I saw them running down when I woke up, and I was like, good for them. Like, that is awesome.
Yeah, I didn't run myself.
Yeah, that's so cool. And so you've been mentioning all these different events, but if you had to choose, what would be your all-time favorite Thon-related memory?
A tough question, and one I think about a lot, but my favorite Thon memory has to be actually my first year at Penn State when I was a Rules and Regulations Committee member. I just got really lucky, and I got stationed right at the door where all of the dancers come in and take their first steps onto the floor for Thon weekend. And I just happened to be in a place where there were a lot of children and families lining the tunnel and giving them high fives as they came in. And that's when it really became clear to me as just a first-year student that this organization is about so much and it affects so many people. So we saw I just got to see all the smile and joy that it brought to children and families, but I also got to see the joy and all of the smiles of all of the students coming down the stairs who were so excited to stand for 46 hours, which I couldn't fathom at the time, but throughout the weekend I realized how special it was. And
yeah, that's so sweet. That definitely sounds like a core memory. So what are you most looking forward to about Thon 2023?
Yeah, so I think for the past couple years, every student organization has faced so many different challenges. We, 2 years ago, had to hold Thon Weekend virtually. Last year, we had to manage COVID restrictions with the university and figure out how we could prioritize the health and safety of children and families and also all of our students. And this year, with light and restrictions so far, crossing my fingers and knocking on wood, we've really been able to take a closer look at ways we can improve the way that we interact with all of these groups. So one of my biggest goals this year was to make sure that Thon is a welcoming and inclusive place for all students, and it's something that I've thought about pretty much every day in this role, and something I'm excited about continuing as the year progresses.
Awesome. And you mentioned how you want Thon to be this inclusive and welcoming community to everyone. So I was wondering, what is your advice to students who want to get involved with Thon but aren't sure how?
Absolutely. The thing that I love about Thon is there is a place for every single person. Right now, we actually just wrapped up our committee member selection process, but we do have over 400 organizations who participate in Thon with a vast variety of interests and missions. So if you're a runner and you love running, you can give back to Thon through the club cross country team or the club track team. All of these different groups have different interests, and they use those interests and skills to give back to Thon. So I would encourage everyone to go on Org Central and find something that they love, because most likely that organization gives back to Thon in some way. If you're a first-year student, we'll have our first-year committee member applications open up at the end of this semester. So just head to Thon social media, and we'll be sure to put out information about that when the time comes.
Nice, that's wonderful. It's awesome that there's so many different ways for Penn State students to get involved and work for a great cause, you know? What you're doing and what everyone else who's involved with Thon is, what you guys are doing is incredible, and you should be really proud of the work you're doing. It's
Thank you,
amazing.
Danielle.
Thank you so much for your time tonight and for joining us. Next up, Carly and Paloma will bring us the latest news from across the nation. We'll be right back.
Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones is ordered to pay nearly $1 billion after his trial. Jones is set to pay the families of Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting victims and an FBI agent after he turned their loss and trauma into years of torment. The InfoWars host spread the myth that the deadliest school shooting in U.S. history never happened. He claimed that the grieving families seen on TV were actors hired as a part of a plot to take away people's guns. The verdict came in a defamation lawsuit filed by the families of 26 children who were killed that day, plus an FBI agent who was amongst the first responders. Jones wasn't at court, but he reacted by saying that this was a very dark day for freedom of speech.
A divided jury spared the Parkland shooter, Nikolas Cruz, the death penalty for killing 17 people at Stoneman Douglas High School in 2018. The 3-month trial included graphic videos and photos from the shooting, a testimony from the victims' family members, and a tour of the building. The jury rejected the death penalty after discussing for about 7 hours over a 2-day period. Michael Skolman, the stepfather of the teacher Scott Beagle, said, quote, "This animal deserves to die. He hunted all of these people. He planned it for months," end quote. This massacre is the deadliest mass shooting to go to trial in the U.S.
James Brennan, a former San Antonio police officer, was arrested on 2 counts of assault after he shot a teenager while he sat in his car in a McDonald's parking lot. 17-year-old Eric Cantu was shot multiple times and remains unconscious and on life support. His family's attorney said in a statement last week that Cantu's parents are maintaining optimism and focusing on his health. The Bexar County District Attorney's Office said that it will present the case to a grand jury at a later time. They also said that they plan to have their Civil Rights Division review the case and take whatever action justice demands at the conclusion of the investigation.
Police officers Dustin DeMonte and Alex Hamsey were shot and killed in Connecticut last week after being drawn into an ambush by an emergency call. A 3rd officer was wounded. The 911 call was about a dispute between two siblings who appeared to be in a, quote, in a deliberate act to lure law enforcement to the scene, end quote. The suspect, Nikolas Cruz, was killed and his brother was wounded. Nationwide, 54 officers have died by gunfire on the job this year alone. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and lastly, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.